All right now, I've got the soon-to-be world-famous, very funny, very creative, featured artist of the week, Rachel Lipsky. How you doing today?
Great, Ray. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I am doing wonderful. Like I just told you, you know, there is so, many songs out there that I love, but your songs are ultra creative. Where do you get your creativeness from?
Thank you, sir. Well, being in Nashville, we're the best of the best, right? And sing and play every single day, you have to raise the bar, your personal bar, and try to, be different. How can you stand out? And so I love not only writing my own songs, but I also love cutting other people's songs that I think were ultra creative that haven't really seen the light of day. So I kind of, as a fun treasure hunt, you go out and you listen to people play, and it's fun to find a song and you're like, man, that's awesome. I want to cut that, or I want to write with that person. And you just try at all times to be different and, try to stand out and have fun at the same time.
And you definitely stand out. I will say this, that on the song Bones, every once in a while when I'm playing it, I'll cut it just for a second, and I'll tell everybody, yup, that's me every weekend.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that is such a great song. I did not write that one, but Keith Gaddis wrote it, and it's truly such a fun, cool tune. Great play on words on that one.
And then I just heard your Red Naked song.
Oh yes.
Where did you come up with that?
Actually, so I was writing with two of my friends, Will Rambo and Mark Elliott, that day. We walked into the room, and Will was like, I have this idea, we have to write this today. And he said Red Naked, and we all were like, yes, definitely. And it was one of those songs that was written in just a short amount of time. And I have so much fun playing that song live, and I was so blessed to be in that room that day with those two amazing guys. And I don't know how he came about getting that title, but we sure had a good time, spurring up ideas to try to write that song.
Well, what I love about your music is it's different. I mean, it's country. Don't get me wrong, but it's different kind of country. It's stuff that you never hear, and that's what I love about it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate hearing that.
No problem.
It's just, a lot of different influence of music. I grew up listening to a lot of different genres, and, Mary Chapin Carpenter is actually my main idol, and but listening to rock, and I just want to write and sing music that moves me and hopefully moves the audience as well.
All right. Well, if anyone wants to call in, it's 1-855-403-9071. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they call in and then forget to speak. I guess they're got stage fright. So.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit scary.
But I have a bunch of questions here. I try to make it more of a conversation than a job interview. So.
Oh yeah.
So who is Rachel Lipsky as a person? If you could put yourself in a blender, what would you say to people? Or a third person?
Oh, man. As an artist, I kind of become a different person on stage. I am rowdy. My bio writer, Ken, my friend, actually said it right. I'm a little bit in between high-heeled country sass and southern rock. And that's exactly it. I just like to have a good time and flip my hair around and rock out on stage. And I just, I try to hustle as much as I can, to try to break through and, have certain goals and try to live those goals, because I don't want to look back one day and say, what if? So.
Yeah, exactly. So what was it like being a Pepsi Southern original artist?
Oh man, that was, I mean, we're still in the middle of it, but it's pretty exciting. I had no clue we were going to win it. So we had auditioned the year prior and didn't, we made it to the semifinals, but that was as far as we made it. We tried out again this year, and we made it to the finals, and then, originally the finals was supposed to be 10 bands, and then they added 3 more, so there were 13 altogether, and, there's so much amazing talent out there. And there were about, I would say, a little over 5,000 people that submitted, and it's just something I didn't expect. It was amazing. It's been an amazing experience. We just recorded some more music. Part of the prize I won was they paid for my studio time at the castle in Franklin, which has a lot of history and really fascinating place. And we had such a great time, and I'm so excited about this new music coming out. We're not quite done with it, but it'll be ready this summer for sure.
All right. I mean, you sent us a bunch of, great songs and whatnot. I haven't had a chance to listen to them all. I told you the one, that I did listen to, I absolutely love. With that being said, where do you, all right, let me rephrase that. Why did you go down the more creative route as far as, songwriting, or as far as, bringing back, songs that people really don't know?
I love that because you want to be able to put your own stamp and your own handprint on what you do, and it's more exciting to me, and I feel like it's more genuine, and I have a lot of fun with it. So I want that to come off when I sing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, it's just the way you said it. But anyway, what's your main goal? What was your main goal when you sang for the troops, or just in general singing for the troops? Why do you do it?
My heart goes out to the families and the military and first responders. I've had it in my family, and you just grow up around knowing how hard it is, the life that they live, and the sacrifices that everybody around them has, and it's a really, really amazing thing that these men and women, give up so much and a good chunk of their lives to go overseas and help protect our country and even help us here in the country. It's just, I feel like the least I can do is go over there and give them a piece of home. And it's just such an emotional, amazing thing. It really feeds my soul. And just something from as long as I can remember I've always wanted to go do, and just didn't know how to go about doing it. Just tried to reach out to as many people as possible to try to figure out how to get there, and we got there, and now we've been twice, and we're hoping to go again. I'd love to do this 1 to 2 times a year, every year for the rest of my life.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you want to, the fact that you're supporting and you're actually showing that you care, that's what matters.
Yeah, it's just something close to my heart, and I feel like it's, I don't think it's much. I feel like I could be doing more for them, but, I feel like it's the least I can do, to give back and to thank them.
All right, I have a bunch of questions from one of our, biggest fans, JP Zamet, I think he was phone shy, or it might be the fact that he's from Canada and everything, but he always texts in a bunch of questions, and I care about our fans, and I'm going to read them off. So what
sounds great.
So what is the nicest thing you've done for a fan?
You know what? Actually, one of my fans helped me rally up a bunch of people to try to get us on the bill at Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and Country USA this year. And so I'm giving him free tickets to come to the festival.
Awesome. And when are you going to make your way down to Southern Ontario, Canada?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would love to come there. I just don't know when that will happen, but I would love to branch out into Canada.
And how do you prepare yourself before going on stage? Like any routines or anything?
I do. I have to do, I kind of need to be alone for about 20, 30 minutes before I go on stage. If that's not possible, I try to have like a little moment in the bathroom, and I take a half shot of Jaeger and just thank the good Lord for giving me the talent to do what I do, and that's how I prepare myself. Just try to, put all in the hard work beforehand, and then get ready to party on the day of a gig.
There you go. I was thinking moonshine, but Jaeger will work too. So. Moonshine's a huge thing out here in Tennessee. And,
absolutely.
And everything, but so is Jaeger. So
yes,
you can't go wrong either way. But see, that's what I love about you. You're really, down to earth and you're true country, because I've lived out in the country a good on and off 15 years, and I know what goes down here, and I listen to the radio, and I'm like, you're full of shit. So,
oh yeah. Well, thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm originally from Colorado. And my parents are amazing, and they did a great job raising us. I have two sisters, and we grew up with guns, and my parents were just so great about taking us places and traveling and road trips, and and just instilling those good things into their kids about, treating people right and being true to yourself. And it was just...
And JP, not to cut you off, but JP said,
no.
Tell her hello, and that she's gorgeous and amazingly talented as well. That was nice of him.
Oh, thank you, JP. That was super sweet. Thank you for calling in and asking questions. I appreciate you.
Then that is absolutely awesome. See, I'm still stunned because I'm used to, country artists being all formal and everything, and you come out and you're like, well, I'm out here to party. So
yes. Well, music is one of those things that it's a healing factor. It helps you escape. What do you do when you listen to music? You're either healing your heart or you're ready to have a good time. We all work really hard, and you got to have that fun factor.
Exactly. So, what was it like, singing with known country stars?
Oh, it was, I was shaking in my boots. But it was such an honored feeling. I was so humbled. I can't believe we've been able to open for as many people as we got to open for in the past couple of years. And just to share the stage with them is pretty remarkable. And, it's a lot of prep work beforehand, too, because, you really got to bring your A game. Because these are, like, the best of the best. And it was so cool. We try to stay as a band and watch, the headliners and the other people that are on the stage. And, you learn from that. And you take tips on, like, man, that's really awesome. We should try that to get better. You're always trying to better yourself. And it's just the best experience ever because they're the real deal, And it was pretty exciting last year. We followed Thomas Rhett around to a couple different festivals. And, man, people were so excited for him. Like, he's the next big thing. I think there were more people there to see him than anybody else. It was pretty exciting to see that happen because how hard, being here in Nashville, how hard these people work to get to that place. And then to see that come to fruition is pretty exciting.
Exactly. Just in Nashville alone, it is very, very, very difficult, to get known whatsoever. So,
yes. Yeah.
It's not an easy route whatsoever. And
no.
You just got an amazing voice. You would never think of, other than the fact that you said you were originally from Colorado, you would think that you lived down in the middle of the sticks somewhere with your singing voice.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
But that shouldn't matter anyway. I've known some, great country artists out in Cali. I've known some out in Connecticut. I've known, some out in Erie, Pennsylvania. So it doesn't matter where you come from. It just matters that you're that good and you can reach people and you can touch lives.
Exactly. This is our calling.
So, has life gotten so fast? Because, everything happened, as far as you arriving on the scene and everything happened so quickly. I'm sure you started, singing at a young age and everything, but as far as, like, going professionally and everything, what, do you ever get overwhelmed or, stressed out? And if you do, how do you deal with it?
There definitely is a stress factor, but the way I try to deal with it is, you just have to keep moving forward. You have to keep momentum. And my favorite thing to do is collect, positive quotes. And I also love hearing backstories of these major stars and what they went through to get to where they are today. And it's like, Garth Brooks, it took a little over 10 years for him to get his record deal and the way that went down. And he moved back home to Oklahoma a couple times in between that 10 years, of trying to make it. And, it's nice to see that it's hard for everybody. And, your time will come. And I just try to remember that. I moved here almost 5 years ago. So I'm almost halfway through an average 10-year town. So in my mind, I already know I have time left ahead of me. I'm not in a hurry to make it. Because the ones that make it so quick usually fizzle the fastest out. And, the ones like Kenny Chesney and, Keith Urban and Garth Brooks, like they worked their buns off, and literally one by one got the fans and people to believe in them. And, so many more as well that did that. And there's a reason why they've lasted so long in this business. And I just try to keep positive and, listen to stories and feel like, okay, I'm doing pretty good, for 5 years in town. So
would
gotta keep that.
Would you say social media has helped you out? Because I know our friends over at reverbnation, help out artists tons of times and, do so much for people. But, does it help being on, having these social networks that they didn't have years ago, or does it hinder you a little bit?
I think that, it is more helpful than it is hindering. Now that there are so many outlets for more people to be on, so there's a lot more competition, yes, but I have found some of my biggest fans, on Twitter and ReverbNation and Facebook, and I would have never found them otherwise. So I think it's a really great thing because there's a lot more independent artists can do that you don't have to wait for a record label to do for you.
That is true.
That's pretty cool.
That is true. There's a lot of distribution deals you can do. There's a lot of things, that weren't available years ago. I do agree there.
Exactly.
So, how has life changed for you? Since you've been, a part of the Pepsi thing and just in general, because you've done so much.
You know what? I think that a lot more people have taken me seriously now that they see that I'm here in Nashville. I've done as much as I have on my own, because that's what a lot of industry people want to see is like, okay, what are you going to do for yourself? And I think that it has definitely helped kind of validify what I'm trying to do. And so I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing and building relationships, and hopefully more and more people will jump on my team and we'll make it bigger and bigger.
So let's fast forward, 5 years. Let's just say you had the opportunity to jump ship to a different genre and somebody was going to pay you well. Would you do it, or would you stay true to your country/rock roots?
I'd have to stay true to the country roots because that's just where my heart is. And, of course, especially with Bones, I've got a little bit more of a rock edge than I do, traditional country. But I think that there is room now to kind of capture several different genres, but staying true to who you are. I mean, these are epic people, but Kelly Clarkson has done it very well, and Taylor Swift has done it very well, and there's just a lot of wiggle room nowadays to capture more genres and not have to be in a box.
Could you see yourself going the TV route in the future?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've done some acting a lot my whole life, and I would love to be able to do it all, the acting and singing and all that good stuff.
All right, and if you could tour with anybody, I'm just going to say alive. I normally say alive or dead, but I'm just going to keep it in reality right now. Who would you like to tour with, and why?
Oh, I guess my dream tour would be with Garth Brooks. And I just think that we would mesh well together, our energy, and he is such an inspiration as far as stage presence, and I mean, he's the whole package. And I would love to be on tour with him and learn from the king, the master.
He puts on one fantastic show. I'll tell you that much. I seen him up in Times Square. He had a free concert up there. I was, out in New York and everything. So I mean, it was a bomb.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know. I used to listen to Garth Brooks religiously myself. So.
Oh.
So
that's great.
Yeah, but because I like this style. I mean, my favorite, country artist is John Michael Montgomery and whatnot.
Oh, great.
But, I like Garth Brooks' style, how he blended things and made it, feel at home. So that was the whole thing in that. So,
that's awesome.
Where do you see yourself in the future as far as, I understand probably your goal is probably like a world tour or something of that sort. But, where do you see yourself? Like, on what level could you see yourself?
I mean, I can see myself on a pretty big level. I'm doing it for a living. That is the goal. And, it's all built, one fan at a time, little by little. And, I see myself doing more and more in the future and, being on bigger tours and hopefully headlining my own tours one day.
Awesome. Because I am a big fan of, in order to get to the moment, you have to believe you're in the moment. Otherwise, you won't get there. I mean, I know that sounds silly, but for
I
me,
believe that too.
But for me, if you can't envision yourself in the moment, then when you're at that moment, you're just going to be starstruck or you're just not ready. Whereas if you envision yourself ahead of time, you already know what it feels like, kind of, so you're more prepared. I believe that, as silly as it is.
Yeah, manifest destiny.
Yes, that big word.
Yes. Yes, I definitely believe if you believe you can get there, you will.
Exactly. That's what, life's about. So what separates you, Miss Lipsky, from every other country artist out there? What one thing?
One thing, I guess. I feel like I'm just. I feel like what I'm doing is different than what I see going on out there. And, I believe in a lot of camaraderie and, there's strength in numbers. And so,
I can answer that question. You're more creative than I'd say probably 80% out there.
Well, thank you, sir.
Not a problem. Just your songs in general, they've just got a different kind of tone to them, a different kind of path. And people know when they're listening to Rachel Lipsky. And your fans love hearing your stuff. Every time that we share it, I know every one of your fans is tuning in. So
absolutely.
And that's what it's about. All right, so you have new music coming out. When's your new music scheduled to be released? And can you indulge in what kind of vibe we may look forward to?
So I don't have a specific date when the new music will be coming out. I'm hoping by the top of summer, at least the new single and video will be out. But this next EP is, we're keeping with the same country rock vibe, but we've also got a couple of surprises. we've got some disco country, and we're spicing it up a little bit. So it'll be really exciting. It's really fun.
Cool. There's nothing
very positive vibe.
There's nothing wrong with that. Life is stressful, so you need to have some positivity somewhere. So
yes,
definitely.
Exactly.
All right, and what do you have going on for tour dates? Where are you going to next?
So, got a few Nashville dates. We'll be in Louisville, Kentucky, April 11th. We also, this summer, we're going to be up at Taste of Country Music Festival in upstate New York again. We're going to be at Country USA in Oshkosh, Wisconsin at the end of June. We have some tour dates in Colorado. Also, we'll be at the Pepsi Gulf Coast Jam again over Labor Day weekend in Panama City, Florida. And at the end of the year, we're expected to go back overseas as well.
Awesome. I definitely want to get you on again, and everything, because I'm sure there's plenty of your fans that never get to speak with you because you're on, bigger events and everything, and that's just, you're such a very inspirational and very energetic person in general that everybody should, get the opportunity to talk with you.
Well, thank you, Ray. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. I'm just being honest here. So
thank you, sir.
Not a problem. So, at the end of the day, how can people get a hold of your music, and where can they find more information on you?
My website is rachellipsky.com, and it's spelled Lipsky. But it rhymes with whiskey, so it won't be easy to forget. And, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can check out some videos on there, and my music videos up there for Bones, even on the website, and all those links you can get to from the website as well.
Awesome. And you're a very outspoken, really cool to speak with, kind of person. And I know that didn't sound right. As you can tell, this was not rehearsed. But
that's okay. No.
But, that's always good. In a way, you're a role model. Not your traditional, role model, but you're a real role model. You like to go out. You like to have fun. At the same time, you got a heart, you care for the troops and everything, and that is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you.
Not a problem whatsoever. So is there anything else you'd like, to speak about, or is there anybody you want to give a shout-out before we let you go? Because we know you're a busy person.
Well, thank you so much, Ray, for, playing my music on your radio station and for giving me the opportunity to have this interview with you. I really appreciate you and your support. And I just want to also thank my fans. Without them, I'm nothing at the end of the day. And I just appreciate you all very, very much.
All right. Well, Miss Lipsky, you have yourself a wonderful weekend, and thank you for coming on to local radio and doing this interview, and we'll definitely have you back, and we're definitely going to introduce some of the songs that you gave us to play on the air. I was just waiting for the right time.
Thank you, Ray. I hope you have a wonderful day.
All right. You take care.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. That was Rachel Lipsky, and next we have Chris James coming on at 5 o'clock. He originally was supposed to come on at 2 o'clock, but I was a dummy and hit the wrong button. I thought I had technical issues. It happens. All right, but Rachel Lipsky and Tori Martin, phenomenal people, and we're just very grateful for our friends at reverbnation and, the people over at iHeartRadio and the people over in Microsoft and Apple and all these great places, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and I can go on and on all day, but the bottom line is we only matter because you matter. The bands matter, the fans matter. Otherwise, we wouldn't matter, period. Be sure to check us out, the number 2, LOCOradio.com. We're always on. We're always live. And keep rocking on. See you soon.